Hello, I'm Mariela Reg. I'm project manager of the Inclusive Insurance Innovation Lab at the Access to Insurance Initiative. Okay, I don't know if that was on. I'll start again. Hello, I'm Mariela Reg. I'm project manager at the Access to Insurance Initiative's Inclusive Insurance Innovation Lab. The Inclusive Insurance Innovation Lab is a year-long program where teams from 4 different countries work together on innovative solutions to advance inclusive insurance in their country. Currently, we have 4 countries in the current cohort. It's Argentina, India, Rwanda, and Morocco.
Yes.
Each country team is is composed of 8 institutions that represent the inclusive insurance space. Together with experienced facilitators, the teams analyze this. Experienced facilitators use design thinking methodologies to support the teams in analyzing the state of inclusive insurance before moving on to developing innovative solutions, prototypes that help to advance access to insurance in the country.
Yes.
So we are now at the end of the second Inclusive Insurance Innovation Lab, and the teams are finalizing their prototypes and working on medium to long-term implementation strategies. So this is a good time to reflect on the past year, and I'm happy to do this together with Emmy Rugamba, Senior Inspector at the National Bank of Rwanda. So thank you so much, Emmy, for taking the time to discuss your experience at the iii-lab together with me.
Thank you, Mayera. It's my pleasure to have a discussion with you.
Thank you so much. So I think the first question I would like to ask is, how would you describe the Inclusive Insurance Innovation Lab to your colleagues?
Yeah, thanks for your question, Mariela. I think the way I can describe this this process of Inclusive Insurance Lab is that it's like awakening platform where countries get opportunity to think about their insurance sectors, identify challenges, and of course see the opportunities that are in the insurance sector, and of course see how they can come up with the innovative solutions to address such challenges. So I think the lab is very important, is quite useful. Of course, when people take it serious and put in their efforts, it's something that can bring the desired change in any insurance sector.
Thank you, Emmy. Can you maybe explain a little bit about what the Rwandan team is working on currently, and what is the prototype that you have developed?
Thank you. I think from the beginning of the process, we had a number of challenges, a number of things to work on. But as we kept moving through the process, we were required to make priorities, and we made the priorities basing on those problems that are affecting the sector at high level, if I can say. So we ended up choosing 2 challenges. Number 1 was a lack of awareness on insurance in Rwanda, and number 2 was issue of customer centricity, where you find that most of the insurance products here do not satisfy customer needs. And combining those 2 challenges, we came up with the idea of how we can address these 2 at the same time, and we decided to come up with a prototype called use of popular communication channels to educate people on insurance and engage them in design of the products. And our main target was youth and people from rural areas. So we did testing of this prototype where we engaged radio stations as one of the popular communication channels, And that was an issue of educating the public. And of course, we are currently now want to test the second part of the idea, which is how we can, engage the customers in design of the products. And we want to launch university competitions, of course, where we give relevant topics to students. They do research, and of course, they will give us more ideas on how that can be done. That's so far our journey for our prototype.
So I think what's special about the Rwanda team is that you've already started implementing your prototype. Can you say a little bit more about that?
Actually, it's not implementation, because whatever we do, we are just doing it at a small scale. Implementation will come after the completion of the lab process, because we want to make a full report and recommendations on how some of the things we've been doing can be done at a large scale. So if we are using radios, we also need to use TVs. We want to use other popular communication channels in the country. If we are using university competitions and maybe working with one university, we want to engage many universities. And of course, now the team behind this is only lab team, but we want to sell this to all insurance stakeholders so that they can own them and even participate in the implementation of the prototype. So what we are doing is not implementation, it's just to test how implementation will be done.
So it's experimentation, but really testing it out in the field. So I think that's quite good.
Yes.
So if you look back to the past year, what do you think was the best part of the lab journey so far?
Okay. So many things happened, and of course there was challenging moments, and there was very exciting moments. But what I remember is when we are doing interviews with the stakeholders, because before we decided on this idea, we first made the consultation to various stakeholders from insurance industry. So we engaged insurance intermediaries, we engaged insurance companies, we engaged other stakeholders as far as insurance field is concerned. So that stage of having interviews with them, hearing their views, was very exciting. It helped to build our prototype, and we gained confidence in what we are going to do. And another exciting part of this process was of our prototype. We are very, time going out, of course, introducing this to the public, and of course, we got a very pleasing feedback from the public, and of course, that encouraged us to move forward to the extent that we even tested at the national level. So I think those are some of the things that I remember was very insightful in the process.
Thank you, Emmy. I think, I didn't hear everything you said starting from testing with the public. So I'm not sure if it's my end or whether the recording is broken or not. But if you could just restart the part where you talked about you having engaged with the public, I think we would be on the safe side, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Do you hear me now?
Yes. So now it's good.
Yeah, okay. So I was saying some of the exciting parts of the process, and number one was the time we were doing interviews with the stakeholders. And number two, which I think you did not capture well, was the first time we test our prototype. Yeah, it was the first time that we are going to release our idea to the public, and we were very scared of how they are going to perceive it. So it was fortunate that we got a very positive feedback from them. And of course, we based on their feedback and decided to even test at the national level. So I think those are the things that we did, and they were very useful in the process.
Thank you, Emmy. And I think that, you know, if we look back to last year when the program started, we had planned for many face-to-face workshops and events where you would be able to meet with the other teams internationally. And as we now know, it didn't happen because of the COVID restrictions.
Yes.
Can you maybe say a few words about your experience and how the team reacted to COVID? Did you have to change the content of your work? How did it, you know, all play out in COVID times?
Thank you, Maria. I think that's a very critical point. Yeah, very, very critical, because no one was expecting the outbreak of COVID-19 that disrupted everything. So from the beginning, it was very challenging. It was very challenging at any level, because working from home was fast to us. Using WebEx, Zoom, or Microsoft was very fast. I mean, everything was new to us. So it was very challenging. The team coordinating 16 team members that having different views on using online platforms. It was very challenging. So I think some of the challenges we got from the start was that so many people are complaining about internet connectivity issues. Some of them couldn't even attend. We had very low attendance at the beginning of the process, and of course, many were not attending just because they had not these platforms in place. So we tried to push, and of course, we had to adapt to the new situation, because we did not wish this this process to just go in vain. We wanted to take to take advantage of this and maybe bring some of the changes we had planned in the beginning. So I and Moise, we tried to keep pushing on the team, and of course, few of them adapted to the new situation, and we decided to make sure that regardless of the number, we have to push forward. This is a new situation. No one was expecting it, but we cannot allow the situation, to control us. We have to control it. So, and that's how we end up, getting to this point. It was very, very difficult because we lost some team members, and those are the efforts, those are the ideas, and those that remained had to work hard to compensate the lost efforts. So it was very challenging, but we thank God that out of those challenges, we are seeing something very important is going to come out of it.
And I think we as a hosting team, we saw all the effort that went in and all the energy that you managed to. So thank you for this.
Yeah.
I think another point I would like to talk about now is the relationship building, because relationship building both on the national level but also on the international level is one of the major objectives of the Innovation Lab. So
Yes.
can you share your experience, of course, being in an online world, but can you say a little bit about what's been your experience in this context?
Yeah. Thanks, Mariela, for that question. First of all, at national level, we had a team, Rwanda's team. Before the lab, we did not know each other very well, but the lab gave us the chance, to work closely. I remember in the beginning we used to have like weekly sessions, and we moved to 10-day sessions. So those sessions, those online sessions, even if we are not physically together, but we managed to connect, we managed to work together to, to socialize. And now there are some people that I can now recommend, and with, with the confidence. And for me to be able to recommend those people with the confidence is because of this lab process. Before, I didn't know them very well to the extent that I can recommend them. But now I know people that are self-motivated. I know people that are, selflessness. I know people that gave up easily, that quit easily. So all those things that I knew was because of this lab process that, put us together online, work together on various assignments we have been doing. So on that point, I think we managed to know each other better. Well, with regard to international, of course, we did not have a chance to travel and, meet physically with the Indian and the Argentina and Morocco team. But of course, through international workshops we have had, I get chance to know some of the people. I know names like, Salima from Morocco, Muhammad Feris. I know people like Lao from India, Srikanti, India. I know people from Argentina, Romina. I know Natalia. So I know some of them, and this is because of the lab process, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. And I think, we hope that one day we will be able to have this, big lab event where different lab members can meet again. And we're still not in a position to plan such a thing, but it's our wish as well. So I want to meet you as well, right? I mean, we've only been online.
Exactly.
Thank you, Emmy. My final question to you, what is a message you would like to pass on to future lab candidates?
Okay. This is very good also. I think lab, as I earlier mentioned, is a very good platform that can bring a desired change to any jurisdiction as far as insurance is concerned. So I can, of course, highly recommend this process to future lab applicants, because it's something that will just give them room to think about what they have in their sector, what is challenging them, and of course they will get opportunity to see how they can address those challenges. So, but of course they have to, to take it serious, have in their team a very committed, selfless people, that they will not be stopped by COVID-19 or any other pandemics that might come. So my experience is that it's regardless of the situation, it's possible that you can push the project until you get the required results. So what I would recommend any person that will be part of this process is just to look at the results rather than the challenges they are going through. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emmy, for taking the time to discuss with me. And of course, I wish the Rwanda team a lot of success with the implementation at a large scale. Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe Marietta, I don't know if I can add something that I just forgot. I was just talking the lab to future applicants.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I have a very short message for the organizers.
You may pass your message on now.
Okay, thank you. Along the way, we have had a lot of challenges. Some of them, of course, many of them were because of the situation everyone is going through worldwide. But of course, there are others that were not necessary if we had knew that before. I want to talk about testing because testing involves budget. And of course, this budget, when team is not aware that the testing will involve budget, they don't plan for that budget. So it's just my humble request to the organizers to just describe some of the steps that will be part of the lab process, so that any team prepare ahead of that. If they know that they will test the prototype, they budget for that, because it was very challenging for us to get the first funding for the prototype, because we had not planned that before.
Yeah.
But it's something good if maybe from the beginning of the lab, the teams will be, informed of some of the activities that we need budget, so that they can plan for that ahead of the time. Otherwise, lab process is very good. We just we are unfortunate that we did it through the challenging situation